In this video, I will introduce you to the 60-18-22 system, a straightforward, proven approach to managing your money like a pro. This is one of the most invaluable insights I've gained over 15 years as a Cambridge certified lecturer, working with top financial experts and CEO of multi-million-dollar companies. Whether you make $10,000 or £100,000, the wealth-building strategies used by these top executives can be used by anyone. So let's jump right in, starting off with the 60%. This is the portion of your income that should be dedicated to your essential costs. These are the non-negotiable expenses that ensure that your life runs smoothly. For example, housing payments, food, utility bills, transportations, and other necessary services. This part of your budget can be a bit tricky because costs are increasing over time without you even noticing. Here's the thing, when you get a raise, it's very tempting to upgrade your lifestyle. Maybe you decide it's time for a bigger place, or you want to trade your old car for a new one. What may initially feel like progress can eventually become a financial strain, especially when those upgrades come with higher rent, bigger car payments, and also increased insurance fees. Without any plan, your expenses will grow to match your income, leaving you right back where you started. That is why setting a hard limit on your essential expenses, keeping them to no more than 60%, is of utter importance. It keeps you from getting overwhelmed by basic bills, so you're not just getting by. Now let's be honest, this is not always easy, especially if you're living in a big city where the living expenses are sky high. According to international statistic offices, housing is the largest expense for most households. This includes rent, mortgage payments, and also utility costs. Right behind it is transportation. This covers car payments, fuel, public transit, and any vehicle-related costs. It's very important to take a moment to review your own spending. List out where the money is going each month, and once you understand where your largest expenses lie, you can start looking for ways to trim the fat. For example, can you ditch the high-cost gym membership for something more affordable? And that brings us to the second step, the 18 cents. That's the portion of every dollar you earn that should be set aside just for you. This is the foundation of long-term financial security, and you're doing it for two main reasons. The first being a sense of security. Picture this, you're going about your day when all of a sudden expense just arises. Maybe your car breaks down, or you receive a surprise medical bill. Maybe even your house, it needs a bit of repair. Without a reliable emergency fund or a financial safety net, you're not just overwhelmed by the situation, but you're also stressed about how you're going to pay for it. This kind of financial pressure can easily derail your budget, but with an 18% savings cushion in place, you'll be ready for whatever comes your way. Start by building an easily accessible safety net fund with enough to cover 1 month of essential living costs. Think of this as your first line of defense against life's unexpected hurdles. Covering 1 month of living expenses isn't as complicated as it may seem, especially if it excludes things like dining out and also subscription services. Focus only on the core essentials like rent, transportation, groceries, and utilities. Once you've covered that first month, it's time to bump it up a notch and start saving enough to cover 3 to 6 months of essential costs. This is the emergency fund that will provide you with a true sense of financial security. Having 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up, you'll be prepared for any form of major life events, for example, a job loss, an unexpected health issue, or other crisis, without the need of taking death. The second reason to save that 18 cents is to make your money work for you. And no, you don't need any form of financial expertise to get started. In fact, you may already be doing it right now without even realizing it. Let me explain why this is so powerful and how to begin if you've never invested before. Imagine two people, Sarah and Tom. At age 30, Sarah invests a lump sum of $8,000, earning a steady 5% return each year. She leaves the investment untouched for 20 years. By the time she turns 50, that initial $8,000 has grown to a remarkable $21,537 without her contributing any additional money. Now, let's look at Tom. Tom waits until he's 40 to start investing and puts in $1,500 every year for the next 10 years, also earning a 5% annual return. By age 50, his total investment of $15,000 has grown to $19,803. While that's still a good return, it's less than Sarah's, even though Tom contributed more overall. The key difference lies in the power of time and the magic of compound interest. Sarah's money had an additional 10 years to grow and compound, and that extra decade made all the difference. Her initial $8,000 grew to over $21,000 without even adding a single dollar. This is what Benjamin Franklin meant when he said, "Money makes money, and the money that makes money makes money." The more you allow the money to work for you, the more it will grow exponentially. It's like a snowball effect where your returns generate even more returns. So the question is, how do we start investing as beginners? You have two well-grounded options. The first being to start with low-cost, diversified investments. For beginners, the easiest and safest approach is investing in index funds or ETFs, which are exchange-traded funds. These funds combine your money with other investors' money to buy a variety of assets, for example, stocks or bonds. They track a market index like the S&P 500, meaning your money is spread across many different companies, which lowers your risk. This is perfect for beginners since it's affordable and you're also diversifying your portfolio. The second option is to open an investment account. There are two types of accounts. The first is the brokerage accounts, which are general investment accounts that give you the flexibility to buy and sell a wide variety of assets, including stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds, and even other investments like real estate or commodities. These accounts are offered by financial institutions such as banks, investment firms, or even online brokerages. Brokerage accounts can either be taxable or tax-advantaged. One of the main benefits of a brokerage account is that you have the freedom to choose your own investments and make trades whenever you want, unlike the second option of investment, which is to open a retirement account. Retirement accounts are designed specifically for saving and investing for your retirement. Two of the most common types are the 401k and the IRA. These accounts offer tax advantages, meaning you can reduce your tax bill in the short term or enjoy tax-free growth on your investments. A 401k is a retirement account that your employer offers. You put money in before taxes are taken out, which lowers how much you pay in taxes. Some employers even match the money you put in, essentially giving you free money. On the other hand, an IRA is a retirement account that you can open up yourself. There are two types. A traditional IRA, where you put in money before taxes and pay taxes when you take it out, and a Roth IRA, where you put in money after taxes but can take it out tax-free when you retire, as long as you follow the rules. Now let's talk about giving your budget a bit of flexibility for enjoying the sweet things in life. I like to call the final 22% of your income as the fun fund. At the end of the day, the true goal is not to accumulate a massive bank balance, but to use your money to build a rich and meaningful life. And that's the magic of the wealthiest 1%. They know the secret and they deliberately carve out space in their budgets for guilt-free enjoyment. And so should you. Remember, all work and no play is gonna lead to a burnout. It's like trying to stick to a strict diet. If you're not gonna allow yourself a bit of room to eat that treat, then you're gonna break and binge. Same exact thing goes for your finances. You might be wondering, but won't that sabotage my savings and investments? Not at all. In fact, it's likely to have the opposite effect. If you don't allow yourself some fun spending, then you're more likely to overindulge later on. Or even worse, abandoning your savings goal altogether. This is why the 60-18-22 rule suggests that you set aside 22 cents for your personal enjoyment and fulfillment. Think of this 22% as an investment in your happiness and motivation. When you feel balanced and energized, you're more likely to stay focused on your long-term financial success. In practical terms, this might mean booking a spontaneous weekend trip, or going to that fitness class that you've been wanting to do for such a long time, or even buying the latest released gadgets. The key here is to give yourself permission to enjoy that extra 22% for your own fulfillment without any form of guilt. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all next week.